read it. It's Zach, and you guys sent me a lot of very good, very sexy questions, and I'm going to do my best to answer as many of them as I can.
What types of travel experiences have you had?
My dad and my mom both love to travel, so I've traveled around the country. I've been lucky enough to go to Europe twice. My first travel experience sort of on my own was when I was 8 and I tried to run away to New York City to meet Cindy Crawford. We got about 6 blocks, but in that 6 blocks we learned everything there is to know about travel. And I'm glad that Cindy has done so well for herself without me.
Who are your favorite comedians?
I absolutely love 1970s and 80s Steve Martin. We used to listen to comedy albums in my house, everything from Stephen Wright, Gilda Radner, Bill Cosby, Mitch Hedberg, Ricky Gervais. I love the awkward comedy and Larry David and Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert. Crazy good.
Given $1 million to pull a massive publicity stunt for, say, anything you wanted, what would you organize?
I would use the money and invest it in a charity, but then I would go hang gliding naked through Paris and tie all sorts of tassels and lasers to me. Am I single? Yes. So what are you doing later? You want to get some Olive Garden?
If you could do an 80s buddy cop movie, who would you pick as your straight man?
I think there's only one choice, and that would be Stephen Colbert. He's just got this wonderful straight face, and I could totally see him throwing me out of my wheelchair and chasing down drug cartels.
Why are you so awesome?
It's directly because of this hat, right here. I wear this 20 minutes a day to up my coolness. So there you go. If you want to get a hat like this, you can. Probably for free in the dumpster.
Do you do the editing of your videos?
Do I do the editing on my videos? Yes, absolutely. I've had no help my entire life.
Will you go to Atlantis?
I booked my flight to Atlantis for Tuesday. Favorite TV show? Arrested Development. Please come back.
Who would win in a fight? Batman or Godzilla?
Pretty obviously, Godzilla would win. I would say Batman because he'd be like, "It's not who I am, it's what I do." But then, whenever I see those Godzilla movies, it's just a bunch of Japanese people pointing at Godzilla and not doing anything to stop him.
Hey Zach, I'm trying to sell my girlfriend's car, but there are no takers. Do you have any tips to make me a better salesman?
Here's the only advice I can give you. Make a baby in there, because people love the miracle of life, and that ups the Blue Book value like tenfold.
You seem like a cool guy. How many explosions have you slowly wheeled away from while wearing aviators with a somber expression on your face without looking back at the explosion?
That's a great, concise question. The answer is 3. But when you have CP, you have like this heightened startle reflex. So I'm like, oh my god, an explosion! And then I realize that it's just a leaf blowing by. So, maybe not 3 explosions.
Any plans for a new episode of The Wingmen?
Yes, we do have plans for the new episodes of The Wingmen, which I'm really, really excited about. We've got 5 more to release, and we're going to start releasing them in a couple weeks. So, get caught up. How do you masturbate? That is an excellent question, and I think that you could probably Wikipedia that. I'm not really the expert.
What activities do you wish you could participate in?
I think just one thing, really. I love music and jazz, and I'd love to play the piano because I have all these musical ideas going around in my head, and I can't play them, but I'm learning notation, and hopefully one day I'll be able to go and be like, Norah Jones is Norah Jones. Norah Jones is Norah Jones. Norah Jones. That's her name, it's Norah Jones.
Do you feel your recent spike in internet popularity comes with the responsibility of promoting any particular cause related to your affliction?
Yes, I do feel the need to get the message out there that people with disabilities are cool and kind of get away from some of the misconceptions people have about them. But also, I feel like what people are responding to is that the message of the travel show is universal. You know, everybody's got problems, And I don't feel like mine are that different than anybody else's. It's just that mine are obvious and physical.
You seem to have a wonderful sense of humor and often joke about your condition. Has it always been this way?
I have always had this sense of humor, I think, because my family always had it. And I think that life would have just been so much more depressing if they were like, oh, so you're still in a wheelchair today, huh?
If cerebral palsy is the sexiest of palsies, what is the second sexiest?
I don't know if it's a palsy, but whatever that thing is that makes Drew Barrymore smile with half of her face and look disinterested with the other half, that's pretty sexy. Hey, you look like you got a palsy. Want to go get a gelato? I feel like what she lacks in smile symmetry, she makes up for it with smile spirit, so I love her.
Can you do a wheelie?
Yes, but only when I'm not in my wheelchair.
I'm going to ask the question that is on everyone's mind. Can I ride in your chair?
Absolutely. I'm going to be doing a marathon, which will probably take about 2 weeks, so I'm going to be outside of my chair that whole time. And if you need to go get groceries or anything, just let me know.
Would you be willing to do a web show if Oprah decides to cater to her normal audience?
I will do the travel show in whatever way I can do it, because I just love the idea. I think it would inspire a lot of people. If I have to shoot it on a camera phone and travel in a little rickshaw, I'll do that.
Some people have said that putting you on the air would open the producers to criticism that they are taking advantage of your disability for their own gain. What is your response to this?
I've always felt that I am first and foremost a comedian, a filmmaker, and a goofball who happens to be in a wheelchair and not like a disabled person. I've heard of the pity vote before, but I've never heard of a pity show. I don't know if that exists. Well, maybe for those Kardashians, because, I just think that people are responding to the idea and my humor and not so much the chair.
What would be your top 3 choices of places to go if you get your own travel show?
I'd really like to travel to New Zealand because I've gotten a lot of support from there, and I hear there's a lot of sheep, and I need a lot of sweaters. And I want to see more of this country, all the little towns that everyone else misses. Because I think this is a beautiful country. I love America. I don't know about you guys. The third place, I'd really like to go and see our troops overseas and see what they're going through, because I've had some friends that have been over there. I just think I might be a huge hindrance because I get stuck in all the sand right away and I wouldn't be able to move. Plan of attack for the marathon. Very good question. I am going to go balls out. Not literally. We're meeting with the Austin Marathon people tomorrow to see what the logistics would be. I think I'm going to try some knee blades so I don't ruin the legs that I have, even though I don't use them.
Are you planning to try that egg drink for your marathon trip?
The egg drink? You mean eggnog? Yeah, I'm going to be drinking mostly eggnog for my marathon training. So we'll see how that works out. Thanks so much, Reddit. I hope I answered enough of your questions. And if I didn't, ask me more, because I'm always open to it. And, I'll never forget the part that you guys played in getting me to where I am. And just thank you so much. I'll be following you guys. Bye.